Welcome to Big Think, the show where I think big. This is the first episode with my new mic. Let me know what you think of it down below. I've already done a stream, a couple streams on this channel with it, but no videos with it yet. So yeah, let me know what you think of this mic. Gonna need to get a pop filter for it soon, so don't worry about telling me about that. I already know. I'm doing a different game today. We're doing Minecraft, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna be starting a fresh world to have for the Big Think episodes. Big Think is what we're going to title it. We're going to make the difficulty easy because it's going to be a casual thing. Going to have it be on survival though. Bonus chest on. Sure. Let me start with some easy shit. There's nothing else I really feel like I need to change. Not going to be playing with any mods. Not going to be playing with any texture packs. Literally just going to be me in a world doing my thing by myself. Here we are. Here is the Big Think world. Now, you may be wondering, what's today's topic going to be? And I've actually not decided yet. This episode, I decided I kind of want to wing it. I usually come in with a list of topics in mind, or, you know, a handful of, like, ideas that I can kind of sift through and kind of progress my way through. But today I'm going in kind of blind. I really wanted to record Minecraft, but I also wanted to record a Big Think, and like that temptation without any real like ideas in mind. I don't know. I just got a sudden burst of inspiration. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna hit record and we're gonna see where the convo goes. And maybe that's something I can talk about, is ideas, or a lack thereof. What happens to a content creator when they run out of ideas? And it is an excellent question to ask, because I have kind of been there. Well, don't remember, it still happens to me from time to time. There'll be times where, you know, I just can't think of anything. I'll have like no idea what album I want to cover. This is talking main channel right now. I'll have no idea what music I feel like listening to, no idea what things outside of album reactions I want to do. I'll just be sat there like, fuck, man, what do I do? I don't have any short ideas right now. I don't have any video ideas right now. And I just find myself in a position of shit. What do I do? And that's not really a position I should be finding myself in, because being a music review / reaction, well, it's music reaction / review. Reaction comes first. I do mostly reaction content. Again, as anyone who watches the main channel will know. As someone who does music reaction based content, the world is at my fingertips. I'm someone who hasn't heard the most music. I obviously have a decent amount of music that I've heard under my belt, you know, and music that I'm just familiar with, even if I haven't heard it. Like, I could tell you the names of a lot of obscure bands, even if I haven't heard them. I could list off a whole bunch of underground releases that I've listened to, a bunch of releases that aren't as popular. Oh, emeralds from the current year or current decade that I'm listening to. I end up listening to enough music to put together like a year-end list at the end of the year. You know, my knowledge is decent, so, but still not the biggest. There's enough classics. Like, before starting my channel, I'd never heard a Beatles album, I'd never heard a Led Zeppelin album, I'd never heard a Pink Floyd album in full. I had never heard what are the like big eyes? So I'd never heard a Black Sabbath album, never heard a Kinks album, I'd never heard what are the big eyes so there that I've covered that I'd never heard an album from? Someone like Nick Drake, or someone like Weezer. Went through the whole Weezer discography for the very first time on my channel. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard are a big band that I ended up covering on my channel for quite a while. I did a good handful of albums, well, all of their albums, all 26 of them. Say a good handful. I literally covered all of them for videos on my channel, you know? And there's still plenty of bands out there. Like just tomorrow, as of when I'm filming this on Sunday night, Monday morning, 3 in the morning, Monday morning. Later today, I'm going to be filming a reaction to a Pink Floyd album, which is incredibly exciting. Pink Floyd are a band that people are interested in seeing me talk about. You know, they're a band that are a fairly safe bet to get a video that performs well. They're a band I love talking about. They have one of my favorite albums of all time with Animals, and of course, Wish You Were Here as well is fantastic, and Dark Side of the Moon. Going to be filming a video on The Wall. So, you know, any Floyd heads here who don't really watch the main channel, you know, maybe stop over if you'd be interested in seeing me talk about The Wall. Because The Wall is a pretty monumental release. I'm excited to get to that. But yeah, just the concept of being a content creator and feeling like you don't have any ideas is somewhere I find myself shockingly often for the content that I do. Like, the amount of times that I'll be like, man, what fucking album do I listen to? What, like, shorts can I do? I don't just want to do the same, like, taking a clip from one of my Beatles videos, or, you know, playing one of the online music games like Spottle or Bandle. Yeah, I just find myself in a bit of a rut sometimes, being like, fuck, don't know what to do. And I think that's interesting, because as a content creator, your biggest asset is what ideas do you have? That's your biggest, like, that is your thing, is what ideas for videos do you have? And, of course, there's also the factor of, can you execute? Why is this cow so fucking fast? There's also the factor of, like, can you execute said ideas? But the biggest, most important thing is have ideas. That's the most important piece of the puzzle. And I don't know. I somehow find myself in a position where, say, I want to do something that's not an album reaction, and I'm just like, what do I do? I want to switch up the content a little bit. I got no idea. I found myself loving doing tier list videos recently. Just going through an artist's entire discog that I've listened to and tiering them. I've just started work on a Queens of the Stone Age tier list. I listened to, we're going to be listening through their entire discography, re-listening to the albums that I've heard, listening to the ones I've not gotten to yet for the first time for the sake of a tier list. You know, doing the full discog, all 7 albums. How many albums do they have? Self-titled, Rated R, Songs for the Deaf, Lullabies, Era Vulgaris, Like Clockwork, Villains. 8 albums if you include their latest album, which is called In Times New Roman. Yeah, 8 albums. Gonna be working my way through them, doing that for a tier list. And I'm very excited about that. Queens of the Stone Age are one of my favorite rock bands. I think that as a live act, they are maybe the best rock band on the planet. I saw them. I went to Victorious Fest in Portsmouth earlier this year. I was there the Friday while Queens of the Stone Age were playing, and I cried. It was so good. I was in tears like a little bitch, you know? I think that as performers, their music in general, just like on basically every front, they are, in my opinion, the best like live rock band on the planet. I think from like, I obviously haven't seen every rock band on the planet live in person, but like seeing stuff online, even just comparing the way Queens of the Stone Age, seeing clips online to other people online, I was like, damn, there's something different about them. And then seeing it in person, I'm like, holy shit, there's something really different about them, comparing it to other bands that I've seen live. Yeah. So I'm excited to get to that. Very excited. I've done other tier list videos. I've done the Beatles, which it wasn't a tier list, it was a worst to best ranking, but ranking tier list stuff in that area. I've done the Beatles, because I listened to all of their albums for videos. I did Led Zeppelin, which is another series that I did. I've done Radiohead, which was another series that I did. That was back at the start of my channel. I did the tier list only very recently. Who else have I done? I did a King Gizzard ranking video. All 26, 27 of their albums in one video. In a worst to best format, not a tier list, but still. I did a System of a Down tier list, which seriously underperformed. My videos have been underperforming a good bit recently. Like, there's been a handful of videos that I feel like should have been big wins, like Black Sabbath reactions. Those, you know, that's the type of thing that seems like it would be a huge win for my channel. They're classic albums. People love seeing me talk about classics. They, you know, there is a lot of relevance surrounding Black Sabbath with the passing of Ozzy, which I obviously didn't do the reactions because of that. Like, Sabbath were just a band I was planning on getting to regardless, and Ozzy's passing just happened to be around the time when I was planning on starting to do it, so I ended up pushing it back even further. I'm not gonna find for she is. Yeah, I ended up pushing it back even further due to Ozzy's passing. Simply because I just didn't want it to come across like, oh, I'm doing this because of this. Like, oh, well, Ozzy passed, this is gonna get clicks. Straight on this. I gave it a bit of space. I've never been the one to want to jump on top of stuff like that. There's always been something that's felt so gross about that sort of thing. I just kind of feel like, I don't know, the passing of an artist should not be a thing that's looked at for monetary gain, and I definitely saw a spike in reactions when Ozzy passed to Black Sabbath, people being like, I've never heard fucking War Pigs in my life, guys. I swear to God, I've never heard the song War Pigs or Paranoid in my entire life. You know, people who don't even put in the effort to do like a full album. They'll just sit there, pretend they've never listened to like every single biggest song on the planet before. And then they just, they sit there and they pretend to be blown away by every single piece of music they hear. Yeah, saw an influx of those. Those are the creators that give like music reaction channels a bad rap, I feel. There's plenty of like actually really good reaction channels out there. Like, I think Smags is fun. He makes fun videos. I think that, what other reaction channels do I watch? I don't actually watch too many, like, reaction channels, honestly. There is, so a little bit different to the type of content I make. The Charismatic Voice. She's like an actual opera singer, and she, will analyze people's singing, vocal techniques, shit like that, coming in with like that level of experience, which is something you don't typically get out of reaction channels. There are plenty of people who will claim to be like rapper reacts, drummer reacts, blank reacts, and it'll be people who are like, I mean, I guess technically you're a rapper. You do have a Spotify account that has like 50 monthly listeners. Yeah. She is an actual opera singer, like established, talented, lots of credentials under her belt, and she will just sit there and she'll analyze mainly rock tracks. People love getting her to listen to rock and metal songs, but she dabbles into other stuff too. She'll do, I don't know, she'll do the odd new wave track, the odd pop song, you know. She definitely branches out, doesn't just corner herself into only rock music. But yeah, anyway, I went on a little side tangent there. My videos have been underperforming. Videos that seem like guaranteed big wins, like, again, Black Sabbath. Seems like it should be an easy win. Black Sabbath videos have not been doing well. Arctic Monkeys. I feel like Arctic Monkeys never really are a band that people are tired of talking about, considering they are one of like the top 10 biggest bands on the planet, using monthly listeners as a metric. Yeah, the videos I've been doing on them haven't been doing well. My System of a Down tier list, again, one of the biggest metal bands, Toxicity, is the highest rated metal album of all time on sites like Album of the Year. And people, that video only got like 100 views. Which was like, yikes. You know? And that's something I kind of want to maybe get into here is immense underperformance of videos recently. I saw Jacksepticeye talk about this in a recent video that he put on his second channel, where he was talking about being banned on TikTok, and then he kind of got into just general frustrations about content creation, and a handful of sentiments that he expressed there I can absolutely relate to, where it feels like YouTube just doesn't reward things like subscribers anymore, and that YouTube can, I don't know, it feels like they just push certain content way less. It feels like all the emphasis is not in the content anymore. The emphasis is just on titles and thumbnails. Whichever has the heaviest clickbait will get the most clicks. And the actual effort that's put into the content, the actual content, it just kind of doesn't matter anymore. And he expressed that YouTube is killing the subscription feed. And that's something that literally has been on my mind, being like, I don't know how much value, like, the number of subscribers I have is. Like, my videos definitely perform better now, but not to the degree that I would expect, you know, being 3,000 subscribers, or coming up on 4,000 subscribers now. And when I started music stuff, my channel was on 80. The difference doesn't feel like it should be what it is, considering that is the metric we're working with here. It just kind of feels like, I don't know, it feels like more the difference between 80 and like 500 subscribers as opposed to 3,000. And it just, I don't know, I get kind of a sense that my videos aren't being pushed. Especially when I'm getting videos that should realistically be guaranteed wins. I'm putting out videos that I'm, A, super proud of. I think the content is good. Particularly my Humbug video, my Arctic Monkeys Humbug video that I just put out. I'm so immensely proud of that video. And it feels like YouTube just didn't push it to anybody. Nobody saw it. Like, as of right now, the video's on like 250 views. When, you know, my channel is in a position where that video should be shining. I would expect that video to be on at least 1,000, considering I'm on 3.7k, the band I'm talking about. Not to toot my own horn, but the quality of the video, I think it's one of, it's a personal favorite video that I've put out. I'm immensely proud of the work I put in there. And it just feels like that work isn't being rewarded. It feels like that work is viewed as not the important thing. The important thing is how clickbaity is my title. How over the top is my thumbnail? Like Chivo, oh, sorry, I just hit my mic. I pay Chivo to make my thumbnails now. You know, he edits videos for free for me from time to time whenever he wants to. He typically does the thumbnails for those videos, but for videos that I make, I pay him to do my thumbnails because he is a great thumbnail artist that, you know, I feel like I only really have one thumbnail that's on par with his, and it's a completely different style. It's the video for my reaction to the Swans album, Birthing. Which, if you look at that thumbnail, I did a really good job with that one. That's the only thumbnail I'll say is on par with his that I've made. And that's, like, a completely different style, so I wouldn't even say it's comparable. And he does, like, good thumbnails that aren't clickbaity. He does good thumbnails that aren't, like, mind blown. Like, it says, worst album ever. It's, like, fully editing my face. No AI generated shit or anything like that. It's just a good reaction thumbnail, you know? And I don't know, I feel like YouTube doesn't reward the great work that he puts in. YouTube doesn't reward the work that I put in. Simply because, like, I don't know. Again, I'm going to toot my own horn a little bit here. I think I do better reaction content than most reaction channels on the platform, when the vast majority of it is people who don't know what they're talking about something in a way that is genuinely useless. I think there is a big influx of useless content out there that either doesn't give a well-spoken or interesting opinion in the music space I'm talking about here, that either doesn't give a well-spoken or interesting opinion, doesn't have any insight, or doesn't even, like, care about the either piece of music, about the video, about the movie that they are reacting to. There are so many channels that are just so dry. And I am immensely passionate about music. Anyone who watches my main channel will know this, that I fucking love what I talk about to such a high degree. I have expressed it on this channel many times that I feel like the luckiest guy in the world that I get to sit down and talk about music and make money off of it, enough money to pay my rent and, you know, well, pay my mum my share of the rent, that is. I don't rent my own place. But no, to pay my mum my share of the rent and to be able to do shit for myself outside of that. We got, what are these things called? I forget what these things are called. They never have anything in them. I've never understood the point of them. Yeah, you know? I do what I do and I'm able to live, essentially. I've went through a very long-winded way of saying that. Holy shit, there's so many monsters. I'm on fucking easy mode as well. Anyway, I do what I do. I can live. I feel immensely lucky about that. But that's, like, because of my streams. That's not because of the videos. I don't make any money from my videos, essentially. I'll make, like, £1 on a particularly well-performing video. I'll make, like, 20p on a short that does well. Boom. Okay. Holy shit. Anyway. Fucking hell. I'll get in a second to breathe here. Yeah, I'll make like 20p on a short that does well, £1 on a video that does well. I don't really make money from my videos. The videos are just the thing I do because I love creating that content and I love growing my channel. It's really just my streams and people sending in paid requests where I make that money. You know, and again, I'm immensely grateful and shocked that there are people out there who think that I can create interesting enough discussion that they'd pay me to listen to music. You know? And of course there is an aspect to it where it's like, well, people will pay streamers to read out their names, and I guess I'm at least... Holy shit. I hate that. I wish I could just like display my chords in the top left. Yeah, at least like when people donate to me, they're getting something out of it. They're choosing what I'm listening to, as opposed to most streamers where it's like there's a slight chance that the streamer will read out your name and not give a shit no matter how big the donation is. And also, compared to other music request streams, I kind of have the best prices on the market. First diamond, by the way, first diamond of the world. It's a 3-vein. I I kind of have the best prices on the market. Okay, not to toot my own horn again, but, you know. It's £1.50 a minute, which is still extortionate money to pay for somebody to listen to music. But compared to other channels, particularly the B Word, who is charging $9 a minute, which is about £8 a minute, something like that, which is again just that's money right there. £8 a minute is money, crazy money. I don't actually know why I did that. Didn't really need to. Yeah, you know, those streams essentially are how I make my money. Me doing those streams 3 times a week is keeping my... It's the one thing stopping my mum from forcing me to get a real job, which, is keeping me happy. I would lose my shit getting a real job. Why the fuck have I just... Oh, wait, I need to make a crafting table. I see. Is this... What am I mining here? Cobalt deep slate. Can I make a furnace out of that? No, I can't. Oh, I can! Fuck yeah. Oh, shit. No. Nope. Okay. Yeah, you know. It's keeping me from having to go into the real world and get a real job, which I'm happy about. You're never going to see me complain about the position I'm in. But, yeah, it's like, I don't care about making money from my videos. I have this other thing where I'm able to make money. The videos are the passion projects. I love the streams. The streams are probably my... You will be fucking kidding me. My streams are... I say this on stream, and it's not in jest. It's not to try and get people to be like, wow, he really cares. Let's pay him money or anything like that. Genuinely speaking, the streams are my favorite thing I do on the channel. Most of the time. There are times where, like, I'll put together a video I'm particularly proud of. I'm like, okay, that's, like, one of my favorite things I've ever done. Full stop. Like, if I make a video, like a piece of, it's gonna sound pretentious, but like a piece of art, a piece of me that I feel like is particularly, particularly great, I'll be, maybe I'll have a bit of bias towards that, which there are projects like that. I think the video I made on birthing by swans, I've mentioned that a couple times. That's the thing I'm most proud of that I've ever made. It's a great thumbnail. It's a great video that performed well, that people liked, that people agreed with me that it's probably the best video I've ever put out. I certainly think it is. I think, again... Yeah, I just think it's a genuinely well-edited music reaction. I think I put a lot of my personality into that video. I think that I was the most honest I could be. I glazed the ever-living fuck out of that album, but it's an honest reaction that is passionate, that has some fun hyper-editing, that's very reminiscent of the B Word. Me kind of injecting that style. He's not on the platform anymore, okay? I think I should be the one who claims that style, okay? Let's be real here. I've been called the, I don't know why I censor his name. Back at before, all the shit happened with him, people were just calling me the British Brad Taste in music. I may as well just take that fucking editing style and make it my own at this point. I'm reclaiming it. I'm reclaiming that YTP editing style being applied to reaction content. That's my thing now. Okay. What, is he going to sue me? No, I don't know. I should probably make a bucket. I'll make a bucket. That's an idea. Make a bucket, get some water. But yeah. I keep going on. I've noticed throughout these videos, I go on so many tangents and I completely lose track of what my point was. That's the fun of these. That's what I enjoy about them, is that, like, that's just me, That's just me and my probably autistic ADHD mind. I need to get diagnosed for those things. I've got something. I've just never gotten it diagnosed. I need to get tested for that shit. I'm gonna start applying for that soon. But yeah, it's just me and my definitely neurodivergent. We just don't know specifically what it is. Brain. Just being like, you know, oh, I've gone off on a tangent. Let's start talking about this other thing. Wait, what was I saying? You know. It is what it is. It's how my brain operates. Lots of people's brain operates. I know so many people that are exactly like that. Anyway. The point I was trying to make was, I don't know, I don't see the reward in videos anymore when they don't get the views that I need them to. I am at a point of growing my channel right now. You know? I am in a position right now where I just need to be like, okay, let's just grow this thing. Let's establish an audience. Let's do stuff that people are interested in, that's going to bring more people around and be like, hey, if you like this, you can check out more of me. And it's also going to, you know, the bigger the video, the bigger the indication of people who aren't going to be a fan of my channel. That's going to, you know, immediately kind of set returning viewers away from... Well, sorry, set returning viewers apart from non-returning viewers, which is fine, you know. There's going to be people out there who don't like me, who don't like what I have to say, especially people who want to just hear their opinions echoed. God knows that I am very honest about my music opinions and that people don't like it. I will shit on things relentlessly. I will glaze things relentlessly. I'm a passionate guy. And I show it. And it just feels like my videos aren't doing that right now. It feels like my most dedicated, like, viewers right now who are gonna click on the videos anyway are clicking on them. The odd newcomer who I've never seen in the comments before being like, hey, I like this reaction. Or, hey, KYS... You for not liking this song, fuck you. And I'm like, okay, that's a bit dramatic, you know. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. You know, but for the most part, it is just like this person who comments on every video, comment on every video. I'm like, okay, nice to see a familiar face. This new person commented. Okay, that's cool, and not much else. And the video kind of stagnates at 200, 300, maybe 500 views. And I'm just kind of like, man, that's not like, it's not even like, it's not the performance I want. It's not acceptable performance for what I want to do with my channel. It's like, I keep thinking I'm on fucking Bedrock, man. I'm used to play in my friend's realm, so I keep fucking crouching for the, what was that? I keep crouching for the shield. That's why you always check. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. It's just making my videos feel less valuable when I'm getting performance on my videos that just isn't acceptable for where I'm at, that I view as like very subpar. I'm very particular about like performance on my videos. People will know this. I'll like post a video, and then if it doesn't perform well, I'll be on stream the next day like, guys, this video tanked. It might be time to pack it up. My viewers on my streams are probably fucking sick and tired of hearing me talk about the performance of my videos. But it's just something I feel like is just necessary for me to talk about, because it's something you know, they always say, you know, you shouldn't focus on the numbers, you shouldn't get too wrapped up on the numbers, that's how you drive yourself insane. But like, I'm at a point of growth, man. I need to do what I can to be performing the best that I can, you know? I need to be doing everything in my power to be growing an audience, to be attracting people to my channel and establishing myself as a figure that is worthy of note, at least in the music content space. I don't want to be the biggest music creator. Well, biggest music review-based channel would obviously be Fantano. I don't want to establish myself as the biggest. That's not really something that even slightly interests me, to be honest. I just want to be in a position where I'm making money enough to, like, live comfortably. I have my own little corner of the internet. And, you know, I get to just do what I love for an actual living. Not enough money to pay my mum rent. Enough money where I can, you know, have my own place when I eventually move out. Where I can pay my bills, get my shit done, and then spend my time working on content. I have to worry about getting a real job. Okay? We don't use the J word around here. We don't do that. That's the dream, you know? And it's such an attainable goal. I'm in a position where I've proven, okay, I can do that. It was like a holy shit moment for me, realizing that it was like, wait, I can do this. That's not like me being like, oh, yeah, I know I can do this. I got this. It's not one of those things. It was like an actually, oh, wait, hang on. This is like a thing that's worth investing my time into. And as of right now, it feels like YouTube just isn't pushing my videos in a way that's allowing me to. I'm still getting growth. I still will be gaining subscribers every day. You know, I'll look, and at the bare minimum, even if it's not a lot higher, my sub count will be higher than it was the previous day. Even if a lot of the time it's by like 2 or 3, which, you know, I look at that and it's just a little discouraging. I'm like, man, someday I hope to get that boost, you know, I hope to get that boom. I have the drive to do it. I have the energy and the passion to do it, but it hasn't happened yet. And like, I feel like I'm going insane. I'm like, I get videos that perform really well, I get streams that perform really well, but I've yet to have that big spike that people talk about. And I get scared that it's never going to come. When that spike is really the starting point, you know? That spike is where it really begins. And I'd like for it to begin soon. The underperformance of my videos recently has just made me think that, like, it's just halting my progress. I keep having to, like, scrap a series that I'm genuinely super excited about. Like, my Arctic Monkeys series. I was like, okay, I was excited about this, but this isn't pulling in the numbers, so I'm calling it quits. I'm gonna do a reaction to their biggest album, AM. I'm gonna skip their next album, Suck It and See. I'm gonna go straight to AM. Because if there's any video that has a chance of performing better than the rest, it's that. Especially since, like, based on what I've heard of that album, I'm probably going to have some interesting opinions, and I'm going to probably have a lot to say about that project. But, yeah. I'm having to scrap the Arctic Monkey series, even though I was really enjoying it. That Humbug video, I really like that video. I think it is one of the strongest pieces of work I've put together, honestly. And, you know, the video just did okay. I gained a subscriber. Shout out to the person who subscribed to me from that video. I have no clue who you are, but I'm glad you thought my content was worth sticking around for. And like the video got 200 views, and most of that is just going to be one of my 3,700 subscribers. Oh, I see. Hang on. Let me move this over a little bit. Wait, can I? Hehehe. My genius tactics. Could have been doing that the whole time. That would have sped this up a lot, wouldn't it? Yeah. It just feels like, okay, these 200 people out of my 3,700 subscribers are being fed this video. But where's the new people? Where's the fresh blood? And the simple answer is my content isn't slop enough for YouTube. My content isn't rage bait. It isn't clickbait. It isn't like controversial. It's just like I feel like I play too much to old YouTube strengths, where old YouTube felt like it thrived off of a sense of authenticity. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I play to that side of it more than YouTube wants me to. It feels like YouTube a lot of the time is looking for like a character. And I've said before that Human Reviews is kind of a character, and it is. I ham up my personality a little bit, but it's my personality that I'm hamming up. I'm not becoming a different guy for my videos. I'm not turning on the camera and just slipping into a J Schlatt type character, you know, where it's just like the most outrageous version of a person. You know, I feel like I'm very close to just me on camera at this point. Like, when I first started my videos, I would ham it up a little bit. I felt like I wasn't really being myself in like my earliest videos, but now it's just like I am just straight up being me in these videos, essentially, at this point. Like, I turn on a camera and it's so close to my personality that I feel like there's almost a degree of inseparability between the two. I don't even know if that's a fucking word. Inseparability. And I just don't think YouTube likes that. I feel like YouTube is searching more for what's a fun character that we think people would find outrageous or that would cause a big outrage. What is going to garner not the most discussion, but the biggest reactions, you know? And while I agree that there is a place for that sort of thing on YouTube, while I think that it's very fun whenever there's something big and wild out there, like a J Schlatt type character that is just so offensive, that is just so outrageous, that is just so, like, very blatantly the most insane character of a human being. You know? There's a place for that sort of thing. Absolutely. I enjoy that sort of thing a lot. Like a Filthy Frank. Again, the modern version of that is a J Schlatt or an iDubbbz. You know? that will always have a place on this platform, but I also think there needs to be space for authenticity, especially when it comes to reactions. I love watching an authentic reaction. That's, you know, unfortunately, why I loved the B Word so much, because, you know, for as much of a piece of shit as he was behind the scenes, his reactions were authentic, you know? He was sat there, he was knowledgeable, he said genuinely what he was thinking, and you can tell that was the case. Actually, diamond pickaxe is all I care about for now. Let's get some armor. You know, you can tell that there is a degree of, like, not even a degree. You can tell he was on camera in terms of the music, for the most part, genuine. In the later stages before he got booted off the fucking platform, I started to get my suspicions about certain things not being real, particularly his updated thoughts on Clancy by 21 Pilots. Another diamond. Going crazy with the diamonds. And I feel like, you know, now that he's not around anymore, thank God, considering you now know about those allegations, it feels like that slot is kind of empty. You know, that authentic, down-to-earth guy who can talk about music on a stream, reacts to albums, puts in a lot of work into the editing of the videos. It feels like that slot's kind of been left empty, and YouTube isn't letting anyone fill it. And I want to. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking, when I started this channel, I saw his videos. I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to edit videos like that. I want to talk like that. I want to have chat interactions like that. And, like, there is a distinct lack of it right now. And I'm right here. Me. Please, YouTube, come on. Like, I've seen this direct sentiment. Yeah, sentiment is the right word. Fucking hell. For some reason, my brain was telling me that wasn't a word. I've seen this direct sentiment from, like, people who have said, like, you know, hey, was a big fan of his content. Then I stumbled across yours. You're going to be my replacement now. I love the content you do. It reminds me of his. Except, as far as we know, you're not a complete piece of shit. And I'm like, holy shit. That is, like, the most validating thing. That's it. Man, that is it. That's all of the proof that I needed, that I got, like, you know, probably about 100 people who, like, obviously stopped watching his stuff, saw my stuff, and thought, okay, this is kind of filling that gap. And I don't know, man. I wish YouTube was letting my videos reach people. I wish YouTube was giving my videos a chance, man. Because whenever my videos do well, people enjoy them. You know, people might not like what I have to say about the album, but usually, you know, on my best performing videos, people seem to, like, enjoy me as a personality. They seem to think I have interesting enough things to say. They seem to like engaging in the discussion that I bring. And I feel like if YouTube would just give me a chance, give my videos like more of a chance, I really think I would be able to have something here, man. But my videos just aren't getting pushed anymore. And it hurts. It hurts to see a video like that humbug reaction that Man, I put so much work into that. It's such a fun video. So proud of it. I remember rewatching it after I finished editing it and being like, yes! This right here, this is just a fun, just genuinely so enjoyable video. I'm able to, like, be fairly unbiased with my own videos. Like, people in my chat will know, I will say when I'm not proud of a video. I will say when, like, man, I didn't like this video all that much. You know? Like my Kendrick reaction that I did last year to GNX. Loved the album. Didn't love the video I made on the album. It was kind of rushed. It felt like a video that I just had to do. I don't know, I feel like it didn't feel like me. You know, the video wasn't me. The video was just music reactor brain, gotta get Kendrick out, gotta get Kendrick out, gotta get Kendrick out. And I was just kind of, the edit was a slog, stuff like that. I have videos like that, you know, my chat will could attest to, that I'm just honest about. I'm like, damn, hey, this video, not that great. And I also know when my videos are good. I know when I've made a good video. Because I can watch my videos and I can enjoy the good ones and I can not enjoy the bad ones. I will, like, sometimes re-watch my videos. They're like, every now and then I'll just go watch back an old video. And there are times where I'll get through the whole thing and I'll enjoy watching it and I'll be like, damn, that was a good video. I did a good job there. Or there'll be times where I watch it back and I'm like, oh, damn, yeah. This one wasn't the best. This one wasn't the best. And I feel like, more often than not, the videos I enjoy are unfortunately videos that underperform sometimes. A big example for me is Spirit of Eden, and Laughingstock as well, by Talk. That Spirit of Eden video is in my top 3 videos I've ever made. My number 1 is Birthing by Swans. My number 2 is The Glowing Man by Swans. But my number 3, my third favorite video that I've ever made, is Spirit of Eden by Talk. That video is legitimately just a lovely watch for me. I think that video is just such a massive display of like what happens when I get so passionate about an album, when it kind of comes through in the editing. It kind of seeps into how I talk about the video after the fact when I'm so passionate. Like, it's just an example of, like, me being so damn passionate about an album, me being so damn passionate about a video, me putting my whole back into a video and coming out the other side being so proud of it, and then the video kind of tanks. The video doesn't perform as well as I think it deserves to. And it's just like, ouch. God fucking damn it, man. That video deserved better. That video deserved better. And there's videos on my channel that deserve worse. There are certain videos that will, like, perform better, and I'm like, why? Why this one, man? Why can't one of, like, my really good videos perform this well? Like, the video I made, I'm really upset that this is my second viewed video. The video I made about the Brad Taste situation, it got like 13,000 views. It's my second most viewed video, and I'm glad the video reached people. I'm glad there are people out there who were able to find my community through that video. It got me... The one thing I will say is that video kind of put me in the eyes of some other bigger content creators, particularly ARTV, which is a channel that I love. I love his stuff. I think that he's one of the coolest people in the online music space, and that video got some eyes on me. But the video itself, I don't want that to be like the first video you see from me is Revolver by the Beatles. The second video you see is me talking about bad taste in music. Come on. Why does that have to be the video that performs as well as it does? Anyway, I've been talking for about an hour. We've been going for about an hour. It's been a fun one. This has been a fun one. I think I'm going to call it here. Yeah. Let me know if there's anyone who makes content watching this. Have you had any similar experiences to me? Do you feel like YouTube content has been working a little differently recently? Do you feel like your stuff isn't being pushed fairly? Stuff like that. Yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out my main channel in the description where, you know, most of the stuff I've been talking about, the context comes from there. Please do follow that if you haven't. Yeah, that's where I put all of my effort into. This channel is just kind of the fun, laid-back thing. If you want to see me really trying to be a YouTuber, then, you know, check out my main channel. Yeah, like and sub if you haven't. I'd like to get this channel to 1K. I'd like Big Think to grow into, you know, a bigger thing than it currently is. As of right now, it's like this tiny little thing that, you know, people who are sub to this channel get excited about, but I want more people to discover it. I feel like this is a fun format that I feel like could grow into something pretty cool. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Check out the other Big Thinks if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.